Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a GW Panther, Geschutzwagen Panther. It's the Tier 7 German SPG, and we're located on the west spawn of Malinovka. And the commander of this vehicle goes by the rather interesting name of Papierspucker. Okay, can hear the explosions, which tends to indicate that the battle is about to commence. Yes, there they are. Okay, and they're off. And the GW Panther is actually reversing into his firing position. You can see that the M44 is doing the opposite approach. He's doing a U-turn using forward speed to actually change his position, and that can sometimes be a benefit because the forward speed of the GW is 46 kilometers per hour, but the reverse speed is only 12. Okay, he's found his firing position in the bushes, and there's an AMX-12 ton next to the lake. He fires around him, but it goes long. He's indicating his target. Almost finished his reload. 21.46 seconds, and the 12 ton has already been killed, so didn't have to worry about that. The M4 got him. Now that Tiger 1 is next target, but that chappie who spotted him is way too close. And the Tiger's been stunned, but Papierspucker is relocating. And he does need to relocate because you never know if you're going to get countered. If you don't relocate, you probably will get spotted. He's going for the Tiger 1 again. The chappie is just sitting the other side of the building to the Tiger. And that's a very dangerous position. Oh, and he's just been taken out by the Chinook. But he did get a 235 hit point hit on the Tiger 1. Right, we've got a Leopard. It's going up on top of the hill, and an AMX CLC Biz. It's a rather unusual position for those two because, after all, light tanks really have no place on top of the hill, except as spotters. Oh, that's a counter battery. Lorraine 15550 just tried to kill the GW. He obviously was spotted by Tracer, and he had a good go. He lost 110 hit points off that one. So it looks like his reasoning for relocating is very strong. The enemy is after him, so he will have to keep relocating every shot from now on just to ensure he doesn't get spotted. Yep, and he's doing exactly that. And he's killed the Leopard! That shot was right on target, 65 hit points, and I think if we watch in the bushes ahead, we might see the next counter battery strike come in. Whoever's on the Arty at the other end is obviously firing, but that FV304 can't counter battery because he's just too far away. He's a short range Arty, and I think his target is actually, he's probably more worried about the VK who's just to the north of him. But Papierspucker fires in and kills him. 160 hit points. And yes, there's the counter battery strike from the Lorraine, who is obviously after him. Yep, he's going to have to keep going, keep finding a new position every time he fires. That 155 knows exactly where he is, which area, and he's watching for the Tracer and then firing in around immediately afterwards. Right, we've got that AMX CLC Biz making his way down south. He fires around at the AMX on a leading shot. And he relocated, but not by much. But he's moved forward again through the position he was previously in. But I don't think they'll worry too much this time round. Just needs to be where... Oh, that sounds like the Lorraine just fired, just landed around nearby. Right, Panzer 4H, just over the top of the building. No, it just goes long. I'm pretty certain, yes, it looks like there's an artillery strike just to his left. Just to his right, rather. So it looks like the Lorraine is still trying to get him. Okay, he's lining up his next target. He's looking for one. I think he's hoping that KV-85 will spot one for him. There was a light tank seen, the AMX CLC, but he was headed south. According to the mini-map, there's a Churchill there. Yes, there's the Churchill. Churchill 1, Tier 5 British. He fires his round out at him. And he kills the Churchill! 21 hit points, and there's the counter battery strike. This Lorraine is definitely after the GW. I know what it feels like. It is not nice when you know there's somebody at the other end definitely trying to kill you every time you shoot. Okay, he's loaded, he fires around and he backs away and he got a hit! 148 hit point hit on the ELC, but he's moved, changed position. Not by much though. And there's the T-67. Lining him up. Leading shot. So he has to work out where the tank's going to be and fire at the point that he thinks he's going to be. There's the T-67 again. It looks to me like he's keeping on the move. He's worried about being struck, and Papierspucker moves away from the firing position there. Now the T-67 was last seen there, but I think he's going to be up on that little hill just above where he's aiming right now. And the reason I think that is because that's a well-known firing position or spotting position for TDs and lights. And he fires a round out and relocates straight away, but he doesn't go very far and pulls back again towards where he fired. Now, you shouldn't really do that, because if you move back into the firing position after moving out, you might meet the shell coming in to hit the position you were previously in. And a T-34-100 has been spotted using that wreck for cover. That's not going to help him. Round out. And he pulls away straight away. And he got a good hit. 288 hit points. And he picked up some stun assists. I suspect that Lorraine is more interested in preserving his own life now. And that's why we haven't seen a counter battery hit for a little while. But he's going after the T-34-100 again. That one went long. That was from his teammate, the M44. Fires around in at the T-34. And he got another hit. 204 hit points this time. And he's relocating. This time he's moving sideways, you know, a different position altogether. And that's a good idea. Get as far away as you can from the previous position to ensure that there's no chance that they're going to spot the tracer. And it also sometimes can help not to actually sit in a bush, because that's the most obvious position they expect you to be in a bush for concealment. Sometimes it can help by being behind a bush or being further away from a bush in the open. Unfortunately, that T-67's on that ridge line. That's the one he was aiming at before, but he's on the ramp, and it's difficult to hit a tank that's on that ramp, because of course the angle that you've got to fire at, or the aim point, is very, very narrow because they're on slope. Going after the S-35CA, the shell will hit that ridge line before it hits the CA, but he's aimed at a point there which might have helped. But there's a target he can hit, and that's a Panzer IV-H. Or is he going to go... There's the Lorraine! Oh, hello, Mr. Lorraine. Want a counter battery back? Here you go. Oh, we got him! Oh, that is revenge is a dish best served cold. Poor Mr. Lorraine met a shell coming the other way, and this time round, it's him who was counter batteried. Very well done there, Papierspucker. Okay, now we've got that S-35CA again. Oh no, it's the Tiger 1. And he's now sitting on that little ridge line next to the water. And that's around there from the M44. Doing good work on the Tiger. He just got 170 hit points. There's a VK3001P. He's fired at that. Direct hit. 79 hit points. Beautiful strike. Now there's no enemy Arty left, so he doesn't need to relocate anymore. He can sit there for the rest of the game, unless of course the enemy gets close. He's almost reloaded. Going after the S-35CA again, this bathtub. Oh, and he took him out. 46 hit points, and that brings up the Top Gun. There's only 3 enemies left now. The Tiger 1, the Chinook, And I believe it's the Churchill. It's the other one. Yes, it is. The Churchill 7. Going after the Tiger. Round out. That was well aimed. It was near, but it was well aimed. The thing is that it's difficult when the enemy is actually up against the border line. The shells sometimes they tend to go long, and I've actually seen shells miss when somebody is actually on the edge and you're aiming perfectly at them, and they just go over into the dead zone, into the outside the map area. Okay, he's relocating. The M44 is getting closer. There's nobody between them and the Tiger 1. And really, the other members of the team, the Comets and the the Black Prince, actually, is the other one. What they should be doing is attempting to get to the cap, and that would provide some relief, because the Tiger would have to return. But I think it's the Chi Nu that's causing all the problem. Fires around the Tiger, big hit! Looks like he hit the engine deck on that one. 330 hit points. And the second shell comes in from the M44, who's a lot closer. In fact, I think the M44 is the one who's spotting now. And he's only got a limited view range, 325 meters. So it's going to be difficult for him to spot that Tiger. Round out. And it's a splash kill. 35 hit points, courtesy of the M44. And he does a thank you with the affirmative. And the M44 says thanks as well. So, teamwork from the Arty. And the Churchill 7's been spotted. He's near the houses and J6, J5. Okay, he's aiming. Dialing in the aim. He's got a good fast dial-in rate, so it means he must have a very good crew on this Arty. Round out. Lands short. He's going to have to get closer. He's only got 8 rounds left. GW isn't equipped with an abundance of shells, unfortunately. Some of the lower tier Arty do carry only a limited number. The Hummel only carries very few indeed. But he's dialed in on the Churchill, and unfortunately the Churchill is wiped out before his shell gets there, so he doesn't pick up the kill. The Black Prince does, but that means the only remaining enemy is the Chi Nu. It also appears that GW Panther has actually got the high caliber, and he said good game team, and the M44 says yep, this was fun, thanks. Now, don't really want to advertise. Oh, and there's the Chi Nu, and he's after the M44. Now, how did he get all the way around there? He must have come up by the west side of the map. Okay, trying to dial in where he thinks he is. Fires around him, and he stunned him. Now, that might help the M44 to get around him. Oh no, the M44 is retreating, so he can't fire. But he can handbrake turn. The M44 has got the capability of doing a handbrake turn. And he is lining him up for a shotgun. You can see this in the overhead view. The M44 is, and unfortunately Chi Nu's going to destroy that building. He can drive through. Oh, what a kill shot! Saves the M44's life and gets a Radley Walters for Papierspucker into the bargain, and that ends the game. What a way to end the game. That was really good. And let's have a look at the results. Oh my god, it's a first class tanker for Papierspucker in the GW Panther. He picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 20. He got a Radley Walters medal for getting at least 8 kills, and that's exactly what he got. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle. A Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. And the counter battery fire medal because he took out both of the enemy Arty. He took out the FV304 and he also took out the Lorraine 15550. So very well done there. Let's have a look at the team scores, see how well you did. 2093 hit points, top on that. Top on kills, 8. And second when it came to base XP, the Black Prince managed to get 1018. Papierspucker only managed to get 1004 in that one. Okay, well, yes, but the Black Prince did pick up a few other medals. He did actually get a Hand of God, Duelist, Fighter. So, yes, he probably was fending off quite a lot of shells, yes. Blocked 2,555. So, yes, he was in the thick of it for most of the battle. But that's still a pretty good score, 1,004 base XP. Let's have a look at the detail. Well, he fired 25 rounds, got 7 direct hits, 7 penetration, 13 splash. So he did a lot of splash work there. Damage of 2,093 hit points, and it was all at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit as a result of splash, and we could remember that one from the Lorraine 15550, and it was for 110 hit points, so it was quite a big splash. But that Lorraine was definitely after his hide. He hit 11 of the enemy. That's more than 2/3 of the enemy team were damaged in some way by Papierspucker. He also killed 8 of the enemy. He did damage assistance of 503 hit points and stun assistance of 309 hit points off 12 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 37,580 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he had 8,334 credits left over. He received 1,506 base XP and had personal missions payout for the same, and that meant he walked away with 3,012 XP altogether. But yep, sadly he didn't get an ace tanker out of this game, and as a result, disappointment for that. But I think you should be satisfied with the fact it was a Radley Walters, and they are still rare for Arty. You don't get that many, and that's pretty good. And this was one of the first Radley Walters that took place after the 1.0 version was released. So congratulations, Papierspucker, and I did like that last kill on the Chinu to save the M44's life. You came to the rescue of your colleague, and it worked beautifully. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.